Can't stand
That
it.
white lady always hears me.
That shit, right?
I hear that all the time.
Yeah, every time. All right. We on episode 25. Welcome back to Skill Over Legacy. This is the Reggie Bush episode. Free that man. Get that man his Heisman.
Please
You
give
know?
it back to him.
But
Please give it back to him.
we are here with a special guest, one of the most underrated TikTokers on the platform.
Indeed.
Gregory, how do you say your last name? I've always been so curious.
My last name, Egalite.
Egalite?
Yeah. Yeah, it's French. It means
Ah,
equality.
okay.
Okay.
What are they saying? But
Who's me?
we here with GWaveO, and we got the rest of the regular game. Free Liam, because he's still locked in them cages. Free Liam, he's locked in them cages.
What happened to Liam? Like, I haven't seen him these past few.
He's locked in them cages. You know what I'm saying? But y'all shout y'all TikToks out and stuff.
Hey, Liam, if you're watching this, hey, they need you back, bro. They need the time.
We do.
We do, because we be talking about anything for too long.
Every podcast needs its a mark, and we're missing our mark right now.
Yeah, we are. We are missing our mark. He is missed by everyone.
Underscore Drake on TikTok. What is he on Twitter? I'm still not posting on Twitter yet, but follow me anyways, because maybe one day I will.
You can follow me on TikTok, GWaveO.
Well, can't nobody hear
GWaveO. Oh, they can hear me?
No, Cam. Cam was talking and you said something, but nobody can hear Cam. Like, it was just mad silent.
Hello.
There we go.
Hello. Can people hear me? All right.
Mm-hmm. Good to go.
Follow me on Cam Major 0109.
Yes, sir.
We thought Crooks is never coming back. Just throw it away at this point.
It's coming back.
That shit away at this point.
Put that in the garbage.
It's coming back. We got a lot of things in the draft. We trying to
I like the optimism.
Bring out new content. Trying to figure out the algorithms and things. We're just working right now.
You in the lab? You're labbing right now?
Yeah, we're working on our game.
All right, GWaveO, you already know. You know why you're here.
Yes, sir.
You know why you're here. So we're not gonna go crazy. We're gonna start with the positives. What do you think the Heat can do to be better next season? What do you think they need to do?
I think we have the perfect supporting cast for a superstar. So, it's two things really. Like, Jimmy is getting older, so that's the problem right there. So we can't focus on rebuilding if we're going to keep Jimmy Butler. So we have to go after a superstar. We have to go after a free agent. Kawhi is going to be on the market. Chris Paul is going to be a free agent, but I doubt Chris Paul want to go to Miami. But preferably, I want like a point guard, a scoring point guard who can run the offense and play make, like a D'Lo. Like, D'Lo would be perfect in Miami, like a guy like that. But another option, this might be extreme, even though it's only been 2 years with Jimmy Butler. We might have to like trade away Jimmy Butler and build around Bam and focus on the rebuild team a few years, because we have the young talent already. So yes, that's another option right there.
Yes, sir.
That was beautiful, perfect, exquisite, absolutely wonderful.
Too, bro. He's just different, bro.
It makes me want to like the Heat again. Like, I really liked that. Like, I genuinely liked that. Okay, so now we're gonna have fun. Why didn't y'all get James Harden? What was that? What was that?
Yeah, me and Huncho talked about this like 2 nights ago, man.
Y'all kept Tyler.
It is y'all's fault. It is y'all's fault and the Philadelphia 76ers' fault that you have that 3-headed demon in Brooklyn right now. It's y'all niggas' fault.
Literally, bro. I was literally talking to Zay about this, bro. Like, on the last, I'm like, bro, that could have been us, bro. We supposed to be the second seed. Right now, what Brooklyn's doing to Boston right now, that's supposed to be us, bro.
Right, it's supposed to be y'all. We're Fumble, bro.
But I regret it every day. But at the time, you feel me? I was boneheaded. I'm like, bro, we got Tyler Hero. You feel me? I was prisoner of the moment, because you know what Tyler Hero did in the finals and shit. So
just know what James Harden
is.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. Like,
I just disregarded about James Harden.
He was
a victim. You was a prisoner, but James Harden gave you the key and you slapped it. Like, you just wanted to stay there. And you were like, no, I'm stuck here with Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson. No hate to Duncan because he was actually playing pretty decently.
Yeah.
He was doing Duncan Robinson things.
He was playing better than the quote unquote top 10
He
player.
definitely was playing.
But that's another reason why I was hesitant on the deal because they was asking for Duncan Robinson. I'm like, damn, can we get another shooter like that? Like to fill in that void?
I know it's James Harden, but that's more of a valuable skeptic to have than Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
One of them shooters that you don't get too often. Like he's just a shooter. You kind of want to always have it on your team, but Tyler was just really just erratic basically all season. Yeah. So now, what do you guys think, Cam and Jay Bridges? Let's get your hilarious commentary.
Well, just to troll, they actually they need an actual top 15 player in the NBA. It sounds like. But
what you trying to say? Indeed. So Jimmy was never top 15, and y'all. But where y'all rank Jimmy?
Jimmy is anywhere after like, people like
Zach LaVine,
like the Bills and the D-Books and niggas like that.
He's just behind them.
I've always said 15 to 20. If you put him anywhere in there, I'm just not mad.
Like I said, I'm gonna always say this. You might not want to hear it. Not you specifically. They not want to hear it, but you can't tell me he's better than Chris Paul. I'm sorry. You can't tell me he's actually better than him. So
no.
It's
when I put a lot of thinking.
If you can't comfortably say that you're better than Chris Paul, no disrespect to Chris Paul, point guard, the GOAT. If you can't comfortably say that, you're not comfortably top 15. You're not comfortably top 20, really, either.
Because Chris Paul's Chris Paul's like
nobody's putting Chris Paul in their top 15. Nobody is.
No, he's comfortably top 20 though. So
you're
not better than Chris.
You'd be uncomfortably top 20.
I think if you put Chris Paul like 16, Jimmy would be like 18. I guess it's uncomfortably, but I can agree with that. It's just not a bad thing. But being the top 40 players in the league is good. It's good.
I think if y'all want to get back to like contention, Victor Oladipo is just going to need to be y'all's best player.
Yeah. Here's my issue, Victor Oladipo. Not my issue, my fear. He's one of my favorite players, and it's making me sad that he just can't stay healthy. Talking about he might come back to what they say, like November.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be like a quarter through the season until he comes back. Even when he came back from the injury from his MIP season, it was like he was Victor Oladipo, which is good enough, but he wasn't the same person. So I don't know. It's scary. Hopefully, him wanting to be there will do something because he didn't want to be in Indiana at some point. So hopefully that does something.
Ever since he got hurt, he hasn't been where he wants to be.
Yeah. So now, what I will say is a person that deserves a little bit of the blame, but he's not getting it because Jimmy was so revered. Bam played bad too. Bam did not play good, and it wasn't because he couldn't play good. He just decided he just wasn't going to. Like he was just like, I'm just gonna pass the ball off. I'm not gonna be aggressive.
I don't know if it was like a moment or something. It's like he wasn't the same person.
Especially because Giannis wasn't guarding him often. Giannis was like matched up with Jimmy Butler somewhat. Exactly. So who was guarding him that he was like, I'm just not gonna attack?
It was mainly
Brooklyn Lopez.
And he was giving him the I know y'all watched the games. He was giving him the shot. Giving him the shot. Camping in the paint.
Bam was sitting at the elbow for like. There was this one play in particular. Bam was sitting at the elbow for like 10 seconds, and Jimmy had to scream at him like, "Bro, shoot the ball!" Like he was just standing there. I was like, "Bro, come on, just shoot."
I don't understand. He's so passive at times. I don't get it. Like, and I feel like Jimmy wants him to be that guy. Like Jimmy don't want to be the guy. He wants Bam to be the guy. That's what the passing of the torch should have been. It should have been Bam. Bam should have been our star player. But it's like at times Bam shies away from that. Like Bam during the Milwaukee Bucks and Heat series, it was at times like, why are you trying to give it to Duncan Robinson? Like the game one when it went to overtime and Duncan Robinson got the ball from Bam and pulled up from like Drew Holiday got an easy layup off of that. And I'm like, bro, Bam could have got a good shot or something. Like Bam could have created or something out of it. Like they were down 3 and we could have got
it isn't a bad shot. I don't know why he wasn't shooting it.
Like
we watched him make it. A lot of this season, he was making them shots. When he had his 40-point game or whatever, bro, he was making that shot repeatedly. So I'm just like what happened?
I couldn't really explain it well because like going back, like I'm getting PTSD from it. You feel me? Like it's the frustration building up, you know. But
it's like
17% as
well. It's like something I've never seen before. It's like, I
don't know. Like
it's like literally Brook Lopez would be in the restricted area. We know how close that is to the basket. Bam is open like 5-6 feet out away from that. That's like a little inside the free throw line. Just shoot that.
Yeah, like, just shoot it.
Giannis will shoot that.
Yeah, literally in the key. It was literally
shoot that. Like, damn.
I don't know about Ben Simmons now.
He not gonna shoot it. He gonna float that. He might.
Yeah, he might float it. Yeah. Might do something.
Ben Simmons.
He gonna do something. But Ben was just like, bro, what you doing?
Ben was just sitting there.
Yeah, he would immediately get to turn in his head. I don't know. To me, it felt like somebody. Like the only way that happens to me is like that bad. It's like, did somebody tell you to do that? Like, was that what you were instructed to do or something? Because you just weren't doing that all this year. Like you were being passive when it was needed. Other players were hot, things of that nature. But when it was like when your bucket presented itself, you took it. Like, so what happened this time? I mean, hell, even against the Bucks in that series last season, he was doing that. Like, and let's be for real. Daniel Theis and Brook Lopez, same defender. They're both awful.
It's just the height. I felt like the length that series just really bothered Jimmy and Bam a lot.
But why?
Pause. I know how you are. Pause. All right.
In the top right. I looked in the top right and he was just staring at the screen.
I looked at Cam's face. Cam was like, "Whoa, big dog, whoa."
Nah, like it just felt like he was told to do that. Like that. This is not the Bam that we've seen all season. Like, so what?
I kind of had that feeling.
Like, did Jimmy say something? Did the coach? Because that was just out of the ordinary for him. It's not like, I hate to do this, but it's not like Julius Randle where he's still being himself. He's just kind of struggling. Like, Bam just wasn't even giving himself the opportunity to struggle. Like, it was just like, damn, that sucks. But
I don't know. I was thinking like somebody was gonna like take lead and like motivate Bam or something. Tell him, look, bro, you got the green light. This is all on you. If we're going to win this series, pull this off, we're going to pull off behind you. Like something like that. Like someone give him a pep talk or something. That's what I was waiting on, but nothing changed throughout the whole series. And then we just ended up getting swept.
Yeah, it's a tough situation, man. But we'll take a break a little bit.
I do want to bring this up to GWaveO. You see the player coach almost broke a chair in half.
You talking about Udonis Haslem?
Oh yeah, that was insane. That is a feat of strength I've never seen. Like he kicked the chair over, and then you look back to the chair, and it was in pieces.
Is in half.
How do you do that
in WWE?
That's that Kwame Brown strength, apparently. According to Kwame Brown, that's that Kwame strength. Because, Kwame was just stopping Shaq.
Shaq stopped.
The Shaq stopped, right. But we're gonna take a break. We gonna have to slide a little bit of the slander Jay Bridges direction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got to explain Julius Randle, my boy, because the last episode, you said that he was gonna have a 40-point game, and Time's
That
running
was a
out.
couple episodes ago. Get your facts straight, homie.
Time's running
It's
out.
outdated. It's outdated. It don't mean nothing no more. It's outdated.
No, it was one. What is it?
Are they
Yeah, it
up
was like a couple
3-1
episodes
right
ago.
now?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, they're down 3.
Oh, they are. Ooh.
Shit.
Yeah, they lost early.
I can't explain it.
Damn.
It's one of those things where, like, me as a fan of the player, it's disappointing. But like, in the grand scheme of thing, I'm not pushing it past anything except nerves. I guess I can't push it past anything except that because, like I said, I've been telling people he's not struggling due to anything that the Hawks are showing him defensively. It's not that they're sending him a double team and they're making him make the hard decisions or something. He's making all the right passes out these double teams. When he's getting the shots that he's usually making, it's just not falling right now for whatever reason. Yeah, but like, what I don't want to see is Knicks playing Slander in this man. That's what I don't want to see.
Here's the truth that people don't want to accept. Julius Randle, while the Knicks are good, he's by himself in terms of not having a counterpart. Every star needs their consistent counterpart. Derrick Rose, let's be for real. Derrick Rose is playing well. He's not that to Julius Randle. He hasn't been all season, really. Emmanuel Quickly, he doesn't have his Clint Capella. Not saying he needs a Clint Capella type player, but he doesn't have that person to fall back on. Like, okay, this is me and this dude, or me and John Collins, and me. I would say DeAndre Hunter, but he's kind of young. He's playing well, but I would say those two before DeAndre Hunter. You know what I mean? Hell, even Jimmy has Bam. AD, of course, has LeBron. LeBron's AD. All that stuff. Like, he doesn't have that person where if things aren't going well for him, he can count on someone consistently. Alec Burks like shows up here and there, but like he doesn't have that.
Say RJ yet?
You can't say.
You can't say RJ yet. He doesn't really have that, especially when you're the best player at that position. You kind of need that. Hell, even Anthony Davis had it in New Orleans with Drew Holiday. Like, he had someone that he can kind of look to consistently get the pressure off him. Ain't nobody on the Knicks worried about. Ain't nobody on the Hawks really worried about Alec Burks. Like, nobody on the Hawks is really worried about Elfrid Payton. They don't care.
Hey man, stop playing.
And even past that, like the shots that he was giving people, it was just really good playmaking. I mean, the Knicks just aren't a good enough team to really take advantage of all those all the time.
He should be your secondary playmaker, Julius.
He's their only, but I think RJ shot 40% too. Like, consistent shooting wise, it's just them two really.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's not the Taj Gibson whack ass.
Taj Gibson is poop.
Wherever it goes, Taj
I think
in 30 minutes.
Right.
I think the Knicks are somewhat in a sticky situation, I would say.
What I will say is,
You froze.
Yes, the funny man problems. It is not a skill. It's not a skill over legacy. Skill over legacy episode.
My boy was doing a mannequin challenge.
Right.
I'm back.
You're back.
Me and Jay were talking. Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. I think they're in an interesting situation where it's like, how do you find like someone that's not as good as Julius Randle that also fits with Julius Randle?
De'Aaron Fox.
Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe he just needs to be a number 2.
You could say De'Aaron Fox isn't as good. You're froze again. You could say De'Aaron Fox isn't as good as Julius Randle, though. How do you guys feel about that?
Voice just now.
I think they're even. I think they're even in my book.
I think Julius Randle's better.
Yeah, a little bit better. I'll give Randle that.
Like D'Lo. D'Lo's not as good as Julius Randle, but he would help Julius Randle a whole hell of a lot.
Facts.
I'm saying, like,
I like that doing in LA though.
Yeah.
I think that could work. That could work though. Him and D'Lo.
You could have.
But me and Jay Bridges did talk about this earlier about the Knicks and the Hawks series. But it sucks that they're up 3-1 now. But honestly,
Yeah.
if the Knicks play a normal game of basketball, like they haven't really had a like I wouldn't say they haven't had like a good game as a team, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and they're still like being able to like close in gaps. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
towards the end when it's like you obviously see them start to like give up, like they don't.
When you need that person to get a bucket or create a
Yeah,
bucket, they don't really have that. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
yeah, you're right. That's yeah.
But if they
I
play
I,
one,
I kind of knew that.
if they play like, because Julius Randle has yet to play. Julius Randle or RJ has really yet to play a good game, and they've been able to. The Hawks have barely been walking away with wins. You know what I mean? Other than the last two games when they started smoking them, but
It was towards the end though. Those
yeah, it
two
was
games.
always towards the end. Like
Yeah.
Julius Randle was to play. Like Jay said this earlier, they were up by like 13 at one point, and it was like the way that they were playing, they should just be up like 30. Like they should be smoking them.
Mhm.
Facts.
Yeah.
So if
The
they,
only game that the Hawks did what they were supposed to do was the last game, like the game before this last one, where
yeah,
they beat them by 20. I'm like, this is what you guys are supposed to do. The first game, it shouldn't have been that close. The second game, same thing. I don't care if Alec Burks has 30. The problem is you let Alec Burks have 30 in the fourth. Like that's exactly the issue. Like if Julius Randle's playing bad, there's no way a game should be close between y'all. Not at all. Especially when
Yeah.
Trey's not playing bad, that shouldn't be a thing. Like,
Mhm.
and it was. So it's like I'm not very hopeful for a 3-1 comeback, but I wouldn't be. It's one of those situations like with the Thunder and the Warriors. Because remember when the Thunder and the Warriors, when the Thunder went 3-1, it was more of the Warriors hadn't figured it out yet, and they figured it out, and it was just easy sailing. Don't let the Knicks come out and have it figured out. They can win 4 games in a row like that because it's just been close. I don't think they will, but I think it's one of those cases where they just don't have it figured out yet. They didn't have play. I don't know if they were ready as a team, even with Tom. I don't know if they were ready to play playoff basketball. Like I don't know if they were ready for that. You know,
Like
shout out
score.
to Monty Williams. Wait, that's not the coach for the Hawks, is it?
It's
Monty
That's
Nate McMillan.
Nate McMillan. Shout out to
Yeah.
dude. He's
Yeah.
just
dang.
And the Pacers fired him last year. It made no sense. It made no sense. I just don't understand.
imagine that Pacers team coached by
It's
that guy.
because no, it's because
What?
prior to this, I mean, this is the only time we get to experience like Randy really turning something around since he joined the team like in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But for all of his like whole season stints as head coaches, it was just like it was like being a Falcons head coach. It's just like you're good, but like we're just not going nowhere.
Oh, they wanted a new direction. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and it's understandable, but then that's just like you can't be like we're good, but we're not going nowhere, and be the Pacers for the last 7 seasons. Like you guys just weren't doing anything. You weren't giving him anything. Like you were just the Pacers.
That's literally what I be saying
you
with
were-
these coaches. Like
You can't-
firing the
you-
coaches is not going to resolve anything. Like
You
have
can't
to
be
bring
the
them together.
Cavs and be like we're not going anywhere. It doesn't matter who you put here. If it's not Bron, you're not going anywhere. Like you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have nothing to do with the coach you have. Like you know, some coaches kind of get that unfair. Like Mike Woodson got that because he was on the Lakers. He coached the Knicks for a while. He was on the Lakers when they were bad, and they were like, "You suck." And it's like, does he really, or do you guys just suck? Right.
Yeah, that's how it happened. Well,
Like,
let me not use the Falcons as a perfect example because at some point Dan Quinn lost all his juice. Like
yeah, the
at some
Falcons
point,
were
he
a
just became
coaching
retarded.
mistake. Yeah, the coaching. We have to stop saying that on
I'm
here.
sorry.
Wait, what did he say?
He said the word you
I
can't
said
say.
retarded. I'm sorry. At some point in the season, it was like
Yeah, ask OG.
we had the formula last season. We had the formula when we went to the Super Bowl. We don't have to talk about that. Even though we lost because of coaching.
and
The next season, nobody in the NFC got better than us for real.
Yep.
All we lost was, anyways, we lost the OC. We lost Kyle Shanahan. Coaching. No team's roster really got better than the Falcons between 2017 and 2018. It was just coaching.
Shout out to that corner that you got. He need to change his name because he sucks and he won't share.
Isaiah Oliver, he's a fucking bum. He's a bum. The worst nigga I've ever seen play corner in the NFL by far. He's a bum.
But this is unfortunately this is not NFL version. I don't know. I don't really know football, but
I don't know either.
All right. Let me ask you this, GWaveO. What direction do you want the Heat to go in? Out of the two that you said, which one would you rather?
I would have to go with try to recruit a free agent this offseason. Jimmy Butler has to stay. I feel like that's the best move. Keep Jimmy Butler.
Because you want to win.
I'm a win now person. I don't like looking for the future. I don't like looking at tomorrow. Oh, I'm just gonna do this tomorrow. I just want it now. You feel me? So
does Jimmy Butler have any trade value?
I don't think as of right now.
Hell no, boy.
Well,
but in all seriousness, but yeah, I think he still has trade value. So
let's be serious. Up until now, he had his best year statistically outside of shooting the three. He didn't do that well last year anyway, so it's not much of a difference.
Yeah.
But outside of that, he 21-7-7 or something like that.
Yeah, 21-7.
His best year in a long time. So and that's all those people that do trades and that's all they care about is what's on the piece of paper.
Yeah,
and that's on the paper. So.
Jimmy's heart is definitely going to play a factor as well.
Yeah, I think he has a little bit of value on his team. He's been on damn near all of them. I don't know where he can go where he hasn't been already.
I don't think that like I said, I feel like the Heat have to get some sort of lucky, not even lucky, but they have to do their best in trying to get a free agent because a Jimmy Butler led team just isn't going to win no matter what.
And they're not a bad place that people don't want to go. I mean, they're always in the championship. I mean, not championship. They're always in the playoffs as of lately. Miami's just a really nice place to live. Like, it's not like they're undesirable. But do you think you're gonna get Kawhi? I mean, you could.
I feel like he's gonna stay.
Nah, so I feel like
he's a wild card.
Yes, that's the thing. That's exactly what I'm about to say. My initial thought was they re-signed PG to that crazy contract. Oh, they're probably preparing for Kawhi to resign so they can hopefully build something better around them than whatever they have right now.
Yeah.
But we saw Kawhi walk away from a championship team.
Yeah, so we don't know what he's gonna do.
So part of it was, to be in LA,
Yeah.
where folks was at, but
you had a dynasty, man.
Who knows?
I think you go after because here's a little insight. Zach LaVine just sold his house in Chicago.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what that means, but if I was the Heat, I would feel like that means everything. I would overthink it if I'm the Heat. Huh?
He a free agent though?
I would love Zach LaVine.
I feel like if he was a free agent this season, I would know.
I don't think he's a free agent. Nah. It was,
and this is like, I don't know if this really matters, but he also just got married. So like if you're just getting married and establishing a family,
and you sell your home.
I just wouldn't suggest selling your home. Like I don't know. I just wouldn't.
I mean, he's rich, so it doesn't really matter. But
yeah,
it's like why would you do that? It's like
we might be looking too deep into it because maybe he just don't feel like he wants to live in Chicago. Like once his family in Chicago
in 2022.
In 22.
Mm-hmm.
Next season.
4-year deal, $78 million. He doesn't.
That's weird though. Like that means he might leave Chicago though, because they're not going to do anything.
If they don't do something this year to make them a playoff team, he's gone.
Yeah,
I think this means like what Jay said. This is the deciding year. selling your house, moving to like an apartment where you can rent and have stuff
Yeah.
that can be easily moved. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's what I think. If I'm the Heat, I know he sold his house. I show interest early, even if I don't mean this, right? The Bulls stink. They suck, right? They're garbage. Getting Vucevic meant absolutely nothing. Zach LaVine's out. The Bulls, they messed up. So they're stuck. So what I would do, I would say, so here's what we'll do. I'll give you two young players in Tyler.
And Kendrick Nunn.
I would try to say Kendrick Nunn, but he's not
Yeah, I
that
would try.
young. They'll probably not. They probably ain't fucking with Kendrick Nunn.
Yeah, they
You
probably
probably would have to say like Duncan. Throw a couple picks in there. Don't even go through with it. Just put that in the air. Like we want you now. Like we're
Yeah.
willing to show interest right now. So when free agency comes, it's like we're the first ones on it. We were willing to make the move before anybody else. You know, even if it's a bluff. Because
Oh yeah,
honestly,
have been on his mind. Yeah.
you got Jimmy, Zach, Bam. That's a better big three. You could go out and find a shooter. I mean, dude is out there, doesn't want to be in Dallas, my boy.
JJ Redick.
He doesn't want to be there, and he's always a very
I mean, what's it called? I mean, New Orleans.
no. He's in
He doesn't want to
Dallas
be in
now.
Dallas. He doesn't want to be in Dallas either.
Oh no, yeah,
He got there.
I'm thinking about JJ Barea. JJ Barea's not gonna leave no more.
He doesn't want to be in Dallas because his family doesn't live there. They moved
Oh
him.
yeah, that is right. That is right.
And Chicago is closer to New York than Texas is.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought we were talking about the Miami though.
I mean,
Hey, we're talking about Miami. Yeah, Miami.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Yeah, I guess it's not. Well, I mean, no, because Florida is still way closer to New York than Texas. Like people in Florida are constantly going to New York, and people in New York are constantly going to Florida.
Miami's like at the bottom.
Yeah, Miami's at the bottom though. So
yeah, it is, but it's still closer than Dallas, damn Texas.
Yeah, it is. Because you just fly up. You just fly up. That's
it's like it's closer. People like if you just look at Miami and look at like when it's spring break, it's just all New Yorkers. Like it's not close, but it's like right there. It's like the closest vacation spot they got. So I'm sure he wouldn't be too opposed to living there. It's not that far because he said, "I don't want to go to New York. Just put me near, like just near. I would love to be in New York, but if it's near, fine." And they purposely sent him to Dallas, and that's messed up. So he'd be like, "You go," but that's just hindsight. You can find any shooter like him, but I'm just saying that's one person that we know doesn't want to be where he's at, and go find some shooters. But I just think you gotta Tyler Hero and Duncan, you're just not. You have to understand that if you guys are in a win now situation, keeping them not probable. You got to go get somebody better. And if you need,
I think Duncan Robinson is a free agent too. That's the crazy part.
Yeah. Look.
So what I will say, Duncan Robinson about to get a little bit of a bag.
Yeah, that's the problem. So if we might not even be able to keep him.
Yeah, and that would suck. Y'all didn't trade him, and then he got a bag somewhere else and just left. That would just be the worst case scenario. You know what I'm saying? And that sucks. But y'all got to go get something. If you guys are going to keep Jimmy, he just cannot be your best player. Then y'all sign Big getting hurt. I hate to be this person, but I wouldn't be counting on Victor Oladipo. That's just not a safe bet. You guys have to figure something out and fast. If you guys want to contend, you guys might not have no choice but to rebuild at this point. But if y'all want to contend, either Jimmy has to go, or y'all got to make it work with Duncan and Tyler Hero and figure something out. But yeah. What other stuff do you want to talk about the playoffs wise? Does anybody else have any questions, opinions?
Oh, what the Clippers and the Mavs.
Oh goodness.
Lucas. I wanted to get something out the way because he somewhat redeemed himself. Did we already talk about this?
What, Paul George?
I know, Ty Lue. Did we talk about something? I don't think we did. I don't think we talked about this on the episode. Game 1 and 2, first half of game 3, Ty Lue, selling the bag. Selling. Big time. I don't know why you constantly had Zubac and Pat Bev in the game at the same time. And then not even making an attempt to not switch. You're just gonna switch everything. I think I saw Luka hit like 7 step-back threes on Zubac in the series.
Little do you know that this is Bridges.
Oh my god. My bad.
Okay.
So sorry about that.
Yeah, and then are you good, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. My bad.
Okay. Yeah. And then offensively, it's just them two.
Yeah, Kawhi and PG.
For some reason, they paid Luke Kennard $64 million for him to not play a single minute in the playoffs.
It doesn't make sense.
Serge Ibaka isn't playing in the playoffs either for some reason.
Ooh, I ain't noticed that.
That nigga not playing either.
Yeah, he's not playing.
Second half of game 3, he finally did something. He took Pat Bev whack ass off the game so much. Keep Rondo on Luka.
Hold on.
Just go small because he just went small, took Zubac out and put in Batum. Just go small because if you're gonna switch everything, you can't have a 7-footer out on Luka.
Not no slow ass 7-footer like Zubac.
So if you're gonna be comfortable switching, you have to go get somebody smaller, more agile. So they put Batum in. Not Luka. PG and Kawhi was cooking on offense. I think they missed like 5 times combined in that game. That shit was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then with that happening, Marcus Morris started finally making corner threes, and that was it. I feel like they can do it, but they can't. Ty Lue can't do that shit he was pulling in the first 2 games. They can win the series, but it's up to his coaching. Because that shit in the first 2 games was bad. That was
really bad. It was really bad.
I think with Ty Lue, I don't know. I think what he's doing is he knows that Luka, nobody's gonna stop Luka. Like the pick and roll coverage on that team, I just don't understand it. Like they just go under the picks. I'm not understanding.
I don't get it.
I don't understand. But I feel like they're just living with Luka scoring and just trying to neutralize everybody else though. Because they know like nobody's gonna will them other than Luka to a win.
I thought they started doing that in game 3. Like the first 2 games,
game 3, yeah.
The first 2 games, they had. Can y'all hear that?
A little bit.
Oh, stop though.
Might use another one. Hold on.
What is that?
My dad edging this shit up outside.
Oh yeah, he tapering the grass.
Basically.
Yeah, I think Jay Bridges. I get what Jay Bridges was going. Like the Clippers.
Yeah.
They were just switching everything and being dumb.
First 2 games, they were like, in the second half, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna try to stop this guy," and then you just start sending double teams. Yeah. It's not gonna work.
I don't think Ty Lue's aware of like the game at times because it was one game. I think it was either game 2 or game 3. He didn't know he had a challenge, and then he was just like standing there because somebody fouled out. And then he didn't. It was Marcus Morris. Marcus fouled out. Yeah, he fouled out, and he didn't know he had a challenge. He was just standing there, just like in space or something. And then the coach behind him had to tell him, "Oh, you got to challenge that." Like,
I think. I think he underestimated Luka a little bit, which I don't understand because he just gave y'all 50 pieces like this season. Like he just beat y'all by 50, but I think he may have assumed like with everything going on. And with the pandemic and stuff like that, he got to the playoffs, and I feel like he just didn't understand how good Luka is. So he thought, like, we can stop him. He's just a third-year person who scores a lot in the regular season, which is something that people like Ty Lue have seen before. He didn't think he was going to get in his LeBron bag, and it was like, oh. I looked up, and Tim Hardaway Jr. is just averaging 25. We may have to stop everybody else because this isn't working. Like, this isn't working. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he's making the right decisions. Like, You seen what is it Jeff or Stans? Is Jeff the one that coaches? That's
Fan coaches.
I seen Stan say something about LeBron where he was just like, we left this game, and I wish I could tell you I had an idea of how to stop LeBron. I just don't. And I think that's what Ty Lue ultimately is realizing about Luka. Like, we left these couple games, and it's just about stopping everybody else. And if they hit shots, there's just nothing else we can do after that. Like,
We just
you know what I'm saying? That's throw your hands up. So I think that's it. What do you think about Luka Magic? Cameron, how do you feel about everything going on?
I'm a big Paul George and Luka fan if nobody knows. But
Luka? I didn't know.
Luka Magic. It's big Luka fan over here.
Luka's an MVP all season. Even
I'm
saying Luka was an MVP. But
what's this? I was in that case too. Yeah.
Luka,
y'all hear echo?
No, you good.
Okay, I'm gonna set this real quick.
Luka, he's getting his LeBron back. Like, there's just you just gotta live with what you have to live with. Like, you just gotta live with some of the things that's going to happen. Like him hitting a one-legged shot, it's like, bro, like you can't do nothing about that. Like it's a one-legged shot on two people. Like, just go to the next play. Just try and get your offense rolling and do your thing and try and play the best defense that you can and just stay disciplined for all 48 minutes.
Because it's just bound to happen, man. It's just bound to happen.
Where y'all rank Luka in y'all top? Because he might be top 10.
Definitely top 10.
I think he's top 10.
Yeah.
I just think he's like 7 or 8. I think he's better than he's better than a couple people that may be ahead of him. But we still have to understand that he's young in the league.
Yeah. I put him around 11, 12 out of respect because like it's out of respect for Dame, Embiid, and Jokic for me. That's why I have them ahead of Luka. But
it's fine.
How Luka's been playing, I might have to.
I think Luka's better than Dame, but I don't think he's so much better where he could just automatically be higher than him on the top 10 just because he's that good. We see what Dame's doing in the playoffs as well.
Exactly.
What'd you say, Cam?
I don't think, well, all bias aside, I don't think Luka's like extremely clear of Kyrie or Dame. Like,
no.
I don't know. I don't want to speak on Kyrie versus Luka because I'm obviously go Kyrie because I like him as a player, but I think they're really close. Luka's better. There's just no reason to tell me Luka's not better than Giannis. Like, he's just that good. I think Luka's better than Jokic. I think he might be a little better than Embiid as well.
But it's just about these guys put in that work and they showed us consistency for quite some time.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
I think Luka, if he can continuously do this for the next 2 seasons, I think we can. He's eligible to kind of move up. Yeah. But he's at the end of the day, we've seen so many players come and go that we have to see some sort of, can you solidify yourself in 5 years? If that's 5 seasons, if he can, cool. But Dame's been doing this. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie's been that guy. Like, people have been these guys.
Yeah.
Like, so it's almost like you said, it's out of respect.
Yeah. That's just,
and, people have earned it as well. They've earned their respect.
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't earned it yet. Especially, I say all the time, if we're gonna sit here and give Luka all this praise, and then say like, oh, it's because look at what he's doing on the Mavs. They're going to the playoffs. Blah blah blah. We just don't give that credit to Jason Tatum at all. He's been in the Eastern Conference Finals in the playoffs his whole career. And you could say Kyrie took them to the playoffs and said all you want to. Yeah. But when Kyrie went down and they needed someone to step up, it was just him and Terry Rozier. And they took the LeBron to 7 games. Those two.
I think what the difference is with Tatum, though, is like the only thing that's preventing him from moving up is like his inconsistency, which he can easily clean up. He's young right now, but he can easily fix that.
I think he's cleaned it up for the most part this season. I mean, hell, the man caught COVID.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, that's a big problem. Yeah.
Zay says this all the time, man. Hey, Zay, don't let him see one go in.
Hey, it's gotten to the point. What more does he have to do for y'all to get it? He literally saw one go in against 3 of the top 50, bro. The 3 arguable best scorers in the game right now, and he saw one go in, and he beat him by himself.
He literally did.
First game, they was down by like what 40 or like 30 something. Zay was saying for like the whole first half, don't let him see one go in. Don't let him see one.
He admits dropped, and that so slight he gonna cut that bitch.
I'm telling you, he got that Kobe aura in him.
He's got that, man. Listen,
he got that.
I don't know what he's playing like right now. Can somebody inform me?
He didn't see too much go in, man.
Okay, what's his shooting percentage? What's his shooting percentage?
All I know is he got more than 6 misses.
Oh, see, it's not looking too good. What's the score though? They
getting blasted. Yeah,
they're getting whooped. You see,
no. Tatum saw one go in. Tatum saw one.
Hey, what quarter is it?
He's shooting 50, 100, and 32 in the fourth quarter. Come on.
Hey now.
Easy. He done seen a little too much go in, man.
Sounds like to me, he has to have 50 to win, and he's just constantly damn near doing it. He just needs some help at this point because he's seeing it. Basically, if he wasn't doing that, they'd be down by 47.
Basically.
Like, so all I'm saying is, hey, look at me, Celtics fans. Look at me. Look at me. I don't ever want to hear you compare that man to Jaylen Brown ever again in your life, ever again.
I might need to save that.
Ever in your life. I don't ever want to hear it again. This man put y'all on his back. Y'all got one game against the best trifecta I've ever seen put together. And he gave y'all 50 to win that game. I don't want to hear it again. I don't want to hear it again. Never. Jaylen Brown is not close.
You know what's crazy? The only reason why the score is this like separated or like this far apart is because Kyrie Irving and KD have 40 points.
Yeah, look at that. Those are just
yes, sir. Y'all said fuck Kyrie.
Yes, sir.
Ain't gonna have 2 bad games in a row. He ain't gonna have 2 bad games in a row.
Not 2 in a row.
So KD has 42 on 73, 100.
God.
That nigga ain't
listen to me. The only reason why it's panning out like this, because Jason Tatum is a C1 going ass nigga, but he's just playing against 2 C1 going ass niggas. There's not too much he can do.
Realistically, the only reason that this is happening right now. I'm sorry, Miami is coming, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm forever going to slander the Miami Heat and the Philadelphia 76ers. It's always going to be y'all fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just got to live with that. Damn,
this is y'all fault. Because if this didn't happen, y'all know Kyrie Irving would be the best point guard in the league. I'm tired of saying this.
Okay, so you want to hop into hot takes so we can get to the end of this episode,
we know we got to save Cam for last. He got the
for sure because he be tripping. So since it's playoff based, so you can talk about the teams in the playoffs or teams that just got kicked out of the playoffs or whatever. You can say any hot take that you want. I have a hot take about the Hawks that I'm gonna say right now. The Hawks are gonna beat the Sixers in 7 games. I just can't hear you.
Go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Mm.
If they beat the 76ers.
If they beat the Sixers, they're going to the
That's just where they go.
Then, yeah, they would go. It's going to be Hawks and Milwaukee.
Excuse me?
That is so ugly.
Oh, my God.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing about this. I'm just playing about that second one. It's going to be Hawks in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
I'm just playing about the second. It's going to be Hawks in Brooklyn.
Okay.
It's going to be Hawks in Brooklyn. Brooklyn in 4, but it's going to be Hawks in Brooklyn. Actually, we seen the Hawks give them 150 something.
They They did. They gave him buckets.
150
Yeah,
something.
too.
The Nets, they gave the Nets 150 something. Remember that? It was like
They had
150 to like 140.
Trae Young gonna have to guard Kyrie Irving, and we just don't.
No, he's not. No, you just didn't tell the truth. No, he's not.
So who he's gonna guard?
It's just not going to be him. No one can guard Kyrie on the Hawks. But
I got Joe Harris.
No.
He's saying before they're gonna put Trae Young on.
Joe Harris.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's no way that a Hawks coach ever makes Trae Young guard Kyrie at any time during a game. There's no way that happens.
They're gonna put him on Joe Harris. He's gonna be shooting. He's not gonna contest none of his shit. He's too little. He can't contest Joe Harris consistently.
Hey, you would rather put him on Joe Harris than put him on Kyrie.
I'm just gonna have to live with that.
Who's gonna guard Kyrie?
Kyrie's gonna
DeAndre Hunter.
You put Trae Young on Kyrie. You put Kyrie. What? He gonna have 170.
Hold up. Who's the best defender on the Hawks?
DeAndre Hunter.
And we all know he's frying DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to live with that.
He's gonna guard James Harden.
I doubt it.
I would put him on.
I don't know. Who fucking knows?
Why would he guard Kyrie? I would guard James Harden personally.
Hey, we're just gonna leave it up to Nate McMillan at that point. That's just.
And then
I damn near think they would be all right with putting because then you'd have to. Damn, who would you put on KD?
Bogdan.
You can't put John Collins on KD. Like,
man, Kyrie.
All I know is whatever Nate McMillan gonna do. What I know ain't gonna happen is Trae Young gonna be on Kyrie. I know that's not gonna happen. Like I know that they gonna try. Boy, they gonna put Gallinari on Kyrie before they put Trae. They gonna fuck around and have. They gonna try to call Rondo on the Clippers. Like, hey, just this series though, please. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because no, absolutely not. But yeah, I think they beat the Sixers in 7. Trae Young gonna have
said that too. J9 said the Hawks were going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I think they can. They're going to lose in 4 to whoever they play, but they can't go. But what y'all got?
I feel like Jay Bridges is going to sit.
He damn near can't have a Knicks hot take because
Knicks in 7. That easy. You told me I couldn't have a Knicks hot take, and then you just gave me the easiest one right there. Knicks in 7.
That's not. But there's a fine line between hot take and just dumbass shit, and you're just walking that line.
They said that about LeBron and the Cavs.
Yeah, well,
I'm sorry. Is LeBron on the Knicks?
They said that about 2016 Golden State.
Yes.
They said.
So are we on this podcast? Comparing Julius Randle to LeBron James? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're saying? Are you guys going to co-sign that?
No, I'm.
Are you going to co-sign?
I'm just not insinuating. I'm just saying that it's happened multiple times.
Only LeBron could do this. Only person that could do this besides Julius Randle is LeBron.
Oh, so LeBron and Julius Randle are in the same bracket here. Is what you're saying?
I mean, KD did that. Who else did that?
You standing on that?
Curry did that. Chris
came back from 3-1 with who?
Whoa. Chris Paul blew a 3-1 lead.
Oh no, I'm talking about I was talking about making a not so good roster team good.
I could no, because Chris Paul's done that before.
Yeah, Chris Paul just got to the playoffs.
He did that like a couple times with the Hornets. That's it though.
Russ just like constantly did that.
Chris Paul literally just did that last year.
Russ is not bad. But it wasn't necessary.
Last year it was not bad. They had SGA, Gallo, and Schroeder.
But it wasn't necessarily. Let's be for real about the SGA situation. SGA
wasn't that good.
He got his player build. He got his player build rapidly upgraded because of Chris Paul. But prior, SGA wasn't really anybody. He wasn't really playing well either. He was just somebody with a really odd haircut at the time.
He was on the Clippers.
I think
he was getting minutes. He just wasn't doing nothing really with him. Really,
he was having like 10 and 6.
I mean, when you got Lou Will
as a rookie,
yeah,
that's not bad. I'm not saying that's bad, but he wasn't necessarily anybody. He got his player build. He got his player, Yeah. Chris Paul gave him a couple bad. He gave him the bad secrets.
Yeah. Their team was good enough to be better than the fucking Kings.
I'm not saying they're not better than. Well, yeah, but I'm saying Chris Paul, Russell Russell Westbrook just does that. I'm sorry, but this Knicks team is better than that team with Russ and Jeremy Grant and Steven Adams.
Oh, for sure.
Indeed.
Like, so
you can throw Russ in there.
I think I said at the beginning of the episode,
Curry done showed us he couldn't do it.
He can't do it. He can't do it. He can't do it.
He don't got that dog in him.
He don't got that dog in him.
I don't think the Knicks can't come back from 3-1. Just because you know how I feel about what I think the Knicks are going through, but hey, it's a 3-1. And historically, hey, only the Nuggets can just do that on a damn near consistent basis, apparently.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna go a different route though.
Say it, whatever it is.
LeBron not gonna be able to do it without AD. He's not gonna be able to do it.
Oh, that's not a hot take. I think we get that. I think
I don't
LeBron.
think we'll get
LeBron has even came out and said that.
He's come out and said a lot.
And most of it's just been true. He said when AD was getting constantly hurt in the playoff games, he was scared. He was like,
AD, hey big dog, we need you.
Yeah, he was like, I know your foot black, but hey, man, I can't do this.
The Suns are too good for him to do it by himself.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. I've
what do you mean?
I've seen LeBron take Cedi Osman to the finals.
I've seen LeBron by himself take out a better team than the Suns.
Hey,
With
who?
Light is not gonna like
LeBron
that
was by
game.
himself. Who was he taking out of better than the Suns? Nobody.
When he went to the finals, who did he beat to get there? The Magic? They were just better than the Suns. And that was in
the Dwight Howard and Hito Turkoglu game?
Rashard Lewis.
Jameer. What that team?
They're on the same level. I would not. They're on the same level, but I'm not edging towards that.
It's close, but
Magic was better.
The Magic
I'm not edging towards the Magic being better.
The Magic are just better though. Like the Magic were just a better whole team than the Suns. Like that's just how it was back. They were better. And has LeBron not beaten the Celtics, or did he lose to them? He never beat them.
Oh, he beat them, but he beat them when they didn't have Kyrie.
No, I'm talking about a long time ago.
You talking about like 09? You talking about 09?
Celtics.
I think he lost.
You know when he went to the finals against the Spurs?
Who did he beat to do that? Let's see.
I think he bet. Was it the Wizards? No, it wasn't the Wizards.
I think it was. And if it was the Wizards, then you're right. If it's not the Wizards, then it's the Magic.
I still don't think that this would be the best team that he's done it against.
He went to the finals in 2009, yes?
No. He lost to Dwight. No.
So when did he go to the finals? He's been to the finals against the Spurs.
07.
That might have been when he beat the Wizards.
That is when he beat the Wizards. He beat them in the first round. They was injured.
No, who did he beat in the
conference finals? Was it? I forgot. Was it Detroit? It was a team. It was a weird.
Oh
team.
yeah, he beat Detroit in 2007.
Yeah. They weren't better than the Suns.
Third year in the league.
He has a better cast to do it. Like. Than he ever has.
Not better than the Suns? Can we talk about that? Chauncey Billups, Richard Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace?
It ain't 04, big dog.
But it was 07 and they were still getting to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, in the East. Nah, I'm playing.
I was going to say, damn, what you want now?
Nah, I'm playing.
I mean, I would consider that, but I get what you mean. They're not astronomically better than the Suns.
I don't.
They're come on now.
No. I feel like let me feel like this. In terms of like matchup, LeBron could beat the Pistons easier than he can beat the Suns. Because the Pistons' best scorer is Tayshaun Prince, or not Tayshaun Prince, Rip Hamilton. They have D-Book.
Yeah, that is not better than D-Book. That's very true. Yeah. But hey, man. Chauncey Billups was a miniature Chris Paul, was a beanhead Chris Paul, man.
Yeah, he was a He was a Sam Cassell, Mike Conley.
He was better than those dudes.
Ugly ass nigga.
I feel like Chauncey Billups and Mike Conley are around the exact same level.
Well, then he's better than Sam Cassell. I don't know why.
No, I just said because he's ugly.
Chauncey's not ugly.
No,
He's
Sam-
just
You
bald.
said it. Yeah, you said it because the ball head. Yeah.
Sam
Chauncey's not ugly, bro. Chauncey's not ugly, bro.
If you combine Sam Cassell and Mike Conley face, you get Chauncey Billups.
You would just get a monster. You wouldn't get Chauncey Billups. You would just get a monster. Like you would get a gargoyle. We don't want that.
Chauncey Billups is a monster, then it is what it is.
Anyways.
It just is what
Sam
it is.
Cassell not a monster himself?
Yeah.
Chill.
Yeah, no Sam Cassell disrespect.
Chill.
He's ugly. He's hideous.
True, but we're not gonna
You
call
ever
him a
seen-
monster.
You ever seen the Hills Have Eyes? You ever seen that movie?
No,
What movie?
That's like a really scary movie with real scary monsters, and that's how he looks.
I'm just not gonna call him a monster.
God made Sam Cassell egregiously ugly.
I love how you added egregiously. I just
Right. All right, let's get GWaveO. What you got, man? What you got for us, man?
I was about to steal Cam's hot take, but
Even go? Can't even go.
no, no. He said this like a long time ago, and I'm just co-signing with it though. But
Okay, hold on.
Hold on.
y'all want me to say it because I got another
Hey,
one.
Yeah, you can say what you want. You can say both of them.
The one I was about to say, Drew Holiday is the best defender on the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh,
Yeah. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, we can agree with that.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. And the hot take I just came up with, DeAndre Ayton in a few years, depending on what happened with the Phoenix Suns situation, depending on where Chris Paul goes. I think he'll be like a top 4 center in the league.
I like that.
4 or 5.
I like that.
I like that.
I've been very optimistic with DeAndre Ayton.
He's good enough, man. He's good enough to do that.
Yeah. Because Luka and Trae Young always gets the hype from that draft class for some reason. Like everybody forget about the number 1 pick. The number 1 pick.
He was the number 1 pick, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And people don't understand, to be a center and be the number 1 pick, you know how damn good you have to be, especially in this day and age.
And he's really if Luka and Trae weren't in that draft, he would just be like one of the better number 1 picks. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
like, you know, those two made me completely forget he was number 1.
You know what's crazy about that? The crazy thing about that is that, obviously there's some things in play, like amongst the NBA. But like, if I was the Suns and I had the number 1 pick, it would be hard for me not to pick Luka.
Luka?
Yeah, I would have to go Luka number 1.
But
I guess for a draft pick, it makes like
Team MVP in the second most competitive league. I'm sorry, I have to pick a number 1. I have to.
Are you talking about like in just a fantasy draft type deal?
No, if I'm the GM of
in the
Suns.
draft.
Oh, you're talking about in that draft. Okay.
Yeah, I would have to go Luka, bro.
Yeah, I feel. Yeah.
all right,
I
let
don't
me
know,
ask
maybe
you.
it's hindsight talking, but even then, I was thinking, man, that nigga was an MVP and he was a teenager.
At
All right,
6.
let me ask you this though, Jay. All right, since you're gonna pick Luka, who would you make as your cornerstone, like your franchise player? Would you make
As the Suns, D-Book or Luka?
Yeah.
I think D-Book and Luka can work. Right now, I want Bradley Beal to go to Luka. I think that's just what work like.
Oh my.
So you think like
And they
it
can
could
make
be
that
like a
shit work.
1A, 1B type?
Mhm.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, people have to realize that taking overseas players, whether they're MVPs in their league, which is great, is always a risk because you can either end up with Luka Doncic or Dragan Bender. You never ever end up with like somebody who's sustainably regular. It's either they're exceptionally good or they're exceptionally garbage.
I don't know. From jump, the minute I started like watching Luka while he was overseas, I was like, man, this nigga's ridiculous.
Like hindsight 2020, because Campazzo was the MVP of his league, and he plays great in this league.
I mean, he's 30 though, so
Yeah, he's like
obviously
30.
he wasn't good.
That
enough.
is true. Luka was younger. I get where you're going, but the risk will never go away because
It was like a sophomore in high school.
the risk never
Right.
goes away because either they're Luka or they're what's that dude named Slava Denvin Mendenko, whatever that nigga Stephen A. Smith
That was
said. Like it's either him or
Man,
him.
go. Whatever.
Yeah, it's either him or him. Like it's either like so. It's like damn. Like it's just a risk you're taking. You know Mark Cuban is a risk taker. You know what I'm saying? Like he took a risk on Dirk. You know what I'm saying?
Dirk. I remember I watched a documentary on Dirk.
They took a risk. They were thinking Dirk was gonna be dookie. Yeah, doodle. Like they thought he was gonna be doodle.
Even Dirk thought at one point Dirk was gonna be ass.
Right. They took a risk, man. They worked. So Cam, you're up.
Oh no.
I don't really have a lot of hot takes because what I've been saying, y'all just been seeing that I was right about the whole time y'all was slandering me on TikTok. So the whole time y'all was slandering me, it sounds like I just knew what the hell I was talking about.
Indeed.
I don't know. Wait, the 76ers ain't win that series yet. Y'all know that?
No.
Hell, aren't they up 3-0?
Yeah,
they're 3-0.
I thought they swept them already. But
No.
It has to be a playoff team, right? Or somebody in
Yeah.
the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe playoff related.
I said this once, but even though Kyrie's my favorite player, man, Jason Tatum, I don't know. I think they're really close. There's a huge argument that people don't want to have about Jason Tatum being better than Kyrie. Like I've been saying this. Like I think Jason Tatum. I said it one time on the episode. I think Jason Tatum might be just better than Kyrie Irving.
My issue with that is just that as good as Tatum is, I feel like his only upside over Kyrie is his size. Because skill to skill, there's not much that he does better than Kyrie.
On the defense.
No. Yeah,
that's part of his size.
And unfortunately, when you're just a lot taller and stronger than niggas, it's just how it goes. Like,
yeah, but like that's what I say. I think his only upside towards Kyrie is his size. But
yeah, he's not necessarily more talented than him.
Yeah, it's definitely closer than people would say. I've been saying that like Jason Tatum was like top 13, 12. Like he's really like that.
You'll be able to build a championship team around Jason Tatum a lot easier and a lot more like quicker than you would Kyrie Irving. Like Kyrie Irving needs someone equal, not even equal to him, but he needs another like non-questionable star. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a star too. Jason, he just needs Jaylen Brown. Like Jaylen Brown ain't no star. Like Jaylen Brown is good though. Jaylen Brown is a great counterpart. He ain't no superstar or nothing like that. So I can agree. Damn, I don't know if I can agree, but I'm actually pretty shocked that you said that.
I said that one time, and Trot was like, "That's just not true." And I was like, "I would just." It's been a minute now. I've been saying like, "Yeah, Tatum might be better than him."
And he's just not gonna say anybody's better than Kyrie just to say it. He just doesn't ever say it.
Somebody else said that too.
It's debatable though.
That said, Tatum's not better.
I disagreed too. I was
I
disagree for now. But I could see like.
But the way that y'all said, I was like, it just seemed like y'all was saying it wasn't even close. But I think it's like
it's close though.
It's super close.
It's super close. Yeah, it's super close.
I think my shot came from more of you saying it than anything. Like if you of all people to say that, it's just odd.
I'm gonna be realistic. I'm not an egregious fan. He's better.
Yes, you are.
You just lied like a motherfucker. Oh my God.
People are just angry that he's better than Stephen Curry, and that's not my fault.
You can't. I'm
sorry, but somebody's just better at basketball, and that's all right. That is just all right.
You can't say I'm not an egregious fan and then say that. That's just 8 million K.
So Cam, on the scale of a legacy TikTok page, there's a video of you saying that Kyrie is the best point guard in the league.
And on
go look in the comments, big dog.
Yeah,
this guy to look up the comments.
The same comments that said I don't need to be on the podcast or telling me D Rose is just a top 4 player would be a top 4 player in the league. So hey,
Look, all I'm saying is if you like, we all understand you think Kyrie's better than Curry, but you saying that just it doesn't make it any less of an egregious statement. Like look, man.
Niggas are just angry that Kyrie Irving's better.
Nobody's angry. He's just not better. Like nobody's angry.
You would just be shocked to see how many people I make angry with that one.
He's just not.
It's very close, but I hate to use this.
It's egregious,
because I was talking to somebody about this, but
and
it's the impact. You feel me? The impact.
No, this is a conversation where it's plausible, like where it makes sense.
Yeah.
If I see one in LA Fitness, hey.
You gotta pick Kyrie because ain't nobody setting illegal off-ball screens for Curry. Anybody doing that shit?
Hey, AJ. One's too screen reliant.
Oh yeah.
That's all.
Right now.
Yeah, you can end this. You can
end this.
On that ridiculous ass note.
That's what I'm gonna leave it at. One is too screen reliant.
On that ridiculous ass note, because I know I just didn't listen to a 30-second conversation about Kyrie being better because you can play him at LA Fitness.
Hey, bro.
That's episode 20. Because, hey, no cap. If we're at LA Fitness, just give me Connor Barth. Thanks. Now, what? I'm just taking the highest jumper in the gym. I'm sorry.
That is also true. But I'm just going to take somebody who can shoot from 50 feet and also shoot from 20 feet away from the basket.
Because Curry don't got no mid range.
No mid range, bro. He don't got no mid range.
He definitely don't. His mid range is ass.
His mid-range.
He doesn't. It's not that his ass. He's like James Harden. He doesn't ever shoot.
I heard OG. Like, what's the point of shooting the mid range?
Not the single double cheeseburger. Not the single double cheeseburger.
I heard OG.
This nigga OG spreading the gospel.
OG spreading the gospel.
He was preaching with that one though.
But that's episode 25. Thanks, GWaveO, for being on the episode, bro. This was another great episode. You're welcome back whenever. If you want to sign the Skill Over Legacy contract, you can sign it if you like. It'll be in your messages. You get to keep your royalties. We don't want to steal from you. We just want you part of the brand. We don't want to steal from you. You know what I'm saying? He winking. I hate Jay Bridges. I swear.
And you got your player option. You got the player option.
And you got the player option.
They don't want to steal from you. They don't want to steal from you.
Okay, Suge Bridges. Okay, Suge.
Hey, man. Nah, I'm not saying that. I was going to say something crazy. Nah, in the episode.
Wait, just say it.
You gotta say it. I will end it abruptly. I will literally just end it without us.
I was going to say, I'm not going to inject you with AIDS, though. So